Yeah, it's funny though that you said about some of the stuff that you said about the acid and stuff sort of reminded me of how I was so fascinated with the stuff around that kind of drug culture or something like that, even though um, at some level I was, afraid of it and repulsed by it in different ways. Like I remember just being obsessed with Hunter S. Thompson for years, like kind of thing,
Oh
getting,
yeah, me too.
really getting into it. Like I watched that, when the movie came out, I watched that a bunch of times, like almost, just constantly, and like um, uh, yeah, and just reading his books like the Rum Diaries and all that and whatever, like just um and I think it was part of it was that I really enjoyed the idea of like thinking differently or something, like
Yeah.
people, and I think that was part of it, like I mean to tie it back into the you can't win kind of idea is that it's that idea of these people who are surrounded by people that they have difficulty relating with, but kind of do their own thing in a wild way and have a lot of fun doing it, kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah, that's 100% how I felt about it. I think I was also into Hunter S. Thompson. Like I've said before, I was into William Burroughs.
yeah,
Uh, you know, uh, yeah, a lot of stuff like that. I was into bands like Tool a little bit,
yeah, yeah,
all these kind of like pseudo intellectual kind of things where it's like, you're trying to get to that next level through these drugs and stuff.
yeah.
Um, One thing that I think I really enjoyed about my drug experiences, especially with stuff like mushrooms and ecstasy, was with people who were having not a great time or just kind of being overwhelmed and sort of being able to like walk people through it and stuff. And because you're all on like a sort of different wavelength because you're doing, you're just not operating at normal, you know,
Yeah.
perceptions and stuff. Um, it just kind of creates this like automatic like sort of bonding between people.
Hmm.
Uh, and I think that's what really I think was the most positive thing. But that's not something that you need drugs to do. I
Sure.
think we just sort of romanticize the idea of drugs as a vehicle for these experiences when you totally don't need them at all.